What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Kingston, and I want to welcome all of you, Kingsmen and non-Kingsmen alike, to an epic 4v4 NTW3 battle. Now, guys, this is going to be awesome. Look at this hill. Look at this terrain. This is going to be, like I said, very, very awesome. We got a British, Prussia, Netherlands, Russian force going up against, I believe, mainly just French. No, we have, let's check out these factions here. And you guys can just survey this battlefield while we're going. Ooh. I think that's Polish. I believe. Maybe that's not. I don't know. We have some Westphalen. I'm going to butcher that name. Guys, I'm going to butcher everything. You guys just got to embrace that Kingston cannot pronounce names very well. If you can just embrace that, then we're all good. But we will wait till they get closer, of course. Meanwhile, let's just go over the army comps of the army that we can see. I'm going to go to regular speed because it's going to take a little bit. So Russia has a decent amount of heavy, medium cav. I think they have some heavy cav somewhere. Yeah, I think this is their heavy cav back here. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know the units too well. But they are going to be pushing up on this left flank. I think they can take this hill right here. They're using this road, kind of mobilizing, getting up quickly here. This hill is a perfect vantage point to, combat everything. Of course, England has been handed this hill on a golden platter. They're pushing forward some heavy cav, the Prince's Wales, Dragoon Guards, some artillery, some light dragoons, the general, everything. Look at this glorious army. They are ready to spill French blood for the glory of the King George, or whatever it is. Netherlands kind of pushing up in the middle, so they're kind of gonna have a nice solid line taking these hills. And it looks like Prussia is gonna be kind of pushing for this hill, and I think Russia is gonna try to support them. Like I said, it's gonna take a little while for these battles to develop. And if need be, I will skip ahead. But looking at this would be an excellent hill if the Coalition, which is what I'll call them, the Coalition could take this hill. That would be perfect. And they can always fall back to this hill. Now, there are points, guys. This house is 4 points. Over here, you have another 1 point. 1 point in the middle, and then, of course, the French, or will this be... Yeah, the French are definitely going to be a lot closer to this 4-point house. Like I said, 2 French forces... you guys can tell me what faction this is, because I have no idea. Like I said, I think it's the Polish. I think. But Kingston thinking about a faction that he doesn't know very much about is a bad thing, as you can see. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what faction this is. You guys can yell at me in the comments, because I don't know. They all look very French, so I'm assuming they're all French states. But I'm assuming these generals aren't just pushing it by themselves. That would not be very smart of them if they did. So England has taken this hill. They keep pushing out. They're going down to this valley. It's perfect for them. Their troops have taken the high ground, but they are going to continue to press. I love the fife they have going. Can you guys hear that? Just makes you want to just, have a lively step dance. Just... Love it. I'm gonna keep the mini map because we need it. Meanwhile, Netherlands pushing up their columned forces, just going straight up the center. So I think actually Russia is probably the ones who are gonna make first contact. They are feeling out. This looks like a Russian flag, just blue. Maybe that may just be me imagining it. Russia being wise, using this road. As you can see, they're going to be marching a lot faster. Just waltzing down the road. I love this mod so much, guys. It's such a genuine feel of battle. I like how you have to plan your tactics. It takes a while for battles to develop, just like in real life. I don't like battles that last 20, 30 minutes and then are gone. Alright, so actually England is going to take this hill, definitely. They're going to, of course, whoever is attacking them is going to have a grove, which is going to provide some cover, as well as providing shelter against bullets, a little more shelter. There's a house here, maybe they'll take it, but the French are going to be able to set up on this hill, looks like, using that as a vantage point to then fire down with artillery. And we are finally seeing some French cav come out, as well as some infantry. So we have some chasseurs, cheval, 2 chasseurs, and that's all that we've seen so far, guys. But I think that they definitely are superior when it comes to cav. I think the French do, because, yeah, it looks like the Russians are like, yeah, okay, we know where they're at. Let's fall back a little bit. We don't need to engage them. But looks like the French are taking this hill. Perfect for them. If they get this hill, then they can have an artillery duel over the hill. So Prussia and Russia have definitely taken this hill. They are going to have a solid flank as I'm going to try not to mix up the names of the factions, as the Russians are setting up to the left of this hill. Prussia probably is going to be setting up their artillery infantry on this hill, and Netherlands and England are setting up with some artillery. We got some 6-pounder horse artillery that are getting in position first. That's excellent. Have a lot of cav being able to give them support. Haven't seen a whole lot from the French yet. I'm just going to call it the French Coalition of Forces. So, makes it simple on me. You can hear them marching, so you know they're on this hill somewhere. You know that eventually they're going to be staring across this valley. This poor soul who owns his house, he's got to know that this farmhouse is going to be toast by the end of this match. And he's going to have a ton of dead scattered around it, most likely. That's going to be the point of contention, most likely, is right here between all these hills. I love this map. I love all the hills, all the valleys. So a lot more cav than Russia has. A lot of cav. France definitely has an opportunity here to take the cavalry advantage. They got to be careful of these infantry now. I don't know if all these infantry can form square. And Russia is kind of pushing out a lot. I'm kind of really surprised about that. These chasseurs can fire. They have ranged firepower. As now some dragoons are pushing up. They're just kind of like staring each other down like, we know what's coming. We know. It's inevitable. Alright, so we got some more Netherlands cav pushing up. Have only some hussars on the French side. But you do know that there are tons of men hidden behind these hills. Just totally hidden. Looks like the English are going to push along this hill. And they're probably going to go down into this valley. Now, they may not be fighting for points. This may just be a land battle. A battle of land and not really objectives. Which is totally fine. I love those too. So, we will see. Because no one's really taken any buildings yet. Alright, so these infantry are forming up. 4 infantry. Lines of infantry. Okay, they're pushing up now. Going up, and now the French army takes shape. I would not be pushing up if I was Russia right now. They are heavily outnumbered. I mean, the cav force and infantry force that France has, I would think twice. I mean, they're pushing up. Very aggressive. I mean, I applaud them for that. They may actually get some rounds off, but, I mean, look at this. Yep, they're getting some rounds off. They're going to be able to fire it now. Watch out, because these chasseurs are going to get around the flank. Okay, they are... Okay, we're getting... Oh, perfect. This is a perfect vantage point, guys. Look at this. They are shooting at the chasseur. It's, like, totally covered. Whoa, okay, hold on. Oh, dang it. I'm sorry, guys. I missed. Looks like there is a cav engagement as the Netherlands are pushing for it. Nope, they're falling back now, but it will not be fast enough as the French are just going to rout all this Netherlands cav. The Netherlands pushed up too fast, and now look at this. It's a mass rout. As the Netherlands better watch out. They don't have the French definitely have a superior force of infantry and cav over here as well. The French better watch out right here, though. I mean, the artillery that Prussia has is going to be able to pepper them down, as it is hurting this cav already. I mean, knocking down 10 guys almost down. And now this infantry is going to be focused down. They're going to have to do something, either fall back or they're going to have to push forward. One of the two. Netherlands cav did come back, didn't lose a ton of men. But they are going to probably have to pull back a little bit. they have a lot of cav up here, and the artillery are firing. So I like the coalition forces. They have already set up their artillery before the French really have a chance to respond. And this French infantry have got to do something. They can't just stand here and take this artillery. I mean, that's just waste. Okay, someone's charging. Someone's charging. Oh, missed a charge here as the French hussars are going against some English hussars, and the French are running. So beautiful countercharge protecting the artillery. They want to keep this artillery safe because it is going to force the French to attack. They have no choice but to push forward or take massive losses. I mean, these guys are haven't lost a whole lot yet, but it's going to start hurting them. They got to do something about this. Over here, the Russians are kind of mirroring this French force. They don't know what they have over here. They probably have a lot. But, okay, they're going to push up, take advantage of this ridge, most likely. You see here, they can kind of sneak over the ridge. They may have a superior numbers now, as Prussia and the Netherlands are pushing up the center, and the British are pushing up on this right flank. Probably going to swing around through the woods. Let's see. Oh, I think the hussars are thinking of going for a charge. As I don't see any French artillery yet. I really don't. They're going for a charge. Okay, these guys are going for a gutsy charge. The charge of the 15th. Alright, it's forcing these infantry to fall back, but I would not continue in. I would not commit because, oh my goodness, this is going to get close. Artillery are shelling them. They're going to make it. They're going to make it. Yes, they are. Oh, they're just going to rout this unit. Beautiful charge by the British. Of course, the French are going to send down their cav, which is probably going to rout these 15th Hussars of the British, and they have infantry firing at them, but it's going to throw confusion into the French line. The Russians could utilize this as a means of advancing and getting some volleys off while the French are trying to deal with this British cavalry. Oh, this is a big move here, guys. Look at this. We have a lot of British cavalry inching up. The French have kind of exposed their flank. They're trying to cover. Of course, they have a lot of cav, but the British are moving for it. They are going. They're charging in. Look at this. They are charging in. I don't know how well this cav charge is going to go against the Dragoons. These are just hussars, but they're going to go for a flanking charge with some more lights, and they're unfortunately going to break. They tried to go for the flank while they were disorganized. Unfortunately, did not work, as it looks like now possibly the French have some artillery. They're shelling, tearing these Russian lines apart. So now it's going to be a who has superior artillery at this point. Now that the British have lost a ton of cav, they are going to have to watch this flank. The Netherlands are going to be pushing up. They need to watch out because this cav could go for a charge while they're weak. And these Russians, there's a massive flank exposed. Okay, it looks like some British and some French cav still fighting around this farmhouse. The British were successful. Oh, uh-oh. Oh no, there's a general and cav going for the cannon. Oh, cav did a counter charge, saving their guns, hopefully. They may not. The general is involved in this. They need to get their general out. Okay, it routed the general. The cavalry's reforming. This is a dangerous place to be. The Netherlands need to push up some infantry. Save their artillery. Oh no, it routed the artillery still. That is unfortunate. Oh, more cav. So this is just a massive cav engagement. But unfortunately, it may be that the French have more cav they can send in to combat, and the coalition may want to save their cav to countercharge just to protect their own flank. The Russians hoping maybe go for a charge. That's not going to happen. They're falling back. Over here, nothing. The Russians are still staring down the French. The British are making a massive push through these woods and charging in some more cav, pushing for these French cavalry who were obviously not well prepared. No, sorry, Polish, I believe. I'm just going to call them another French faction, guys. I'm sorry, but so the French faction is fighting against some British. They are just cav raging as they're sending even more cav in. Tons more cav in. Oh, Netherlands got way behind the enemy lines, and they're going for some cav. They better watch out. They're going to get charged in the rear, and that could cause them to break. And this is a large unit. Nope. So, they're attacking the flank, attacking the rear, but they are breaking some French. So this could be a huge, huge move here. They're probably going to rout, though, unfortunately. I mean, the French coalition have a ton of cav over here. Still not a whole lot, but the Russians, I think, are going for a charge. Not going to work very well. They're going to get shot down as they go in for this charge, and it's going to cause them to break before they even made it. So it looks like Prussia is reforming. Yeah, they're reforming on this hill. They don't want to get flanked. The French commander has ordered the advance, and they are advancing. They're advancing for this hill. They know they have an advantage now. But their artillery is going to hopefully soften up these Russian-Prussian forces. The Netherlands have formed up on this hill. This is going to be a tough unit to attack for sure. I mean, this is going to be a tough attack. I don't know if the France coalition forces want to. This is solid defense. I mean, all they got to do is go over this hill. Right now, they're a little bit safe from artillery. The French may shoot down at them. England is pushing on this right flank. I love this. They are just pushing on the right. They could turn the whole flank if France advances over here and the other French forces do not cover this flank. England could be the deciding factor in this battle. Netherlands is advancing. Netherlands advancing. They're going to get a volley off on this French legion. Unfortunately, this hill may impede some of the bullets going down the hill. You may have to go a little bit closer, but the first part of this line battle is oh, Grenadiers? Are these... This is a French force, guys. Okay, the French flag. It's a French force. Grenadiers probably going for a charge. They better watch out. Grenadiers have some crazy charging stats, but they're going to get shot down before they can even do anything. They're going to run. I mean, they've already lost. Oh, my goodness. That is sad. They didn't even get a volley off. They got too close, and now this line battle has been joined over on this side. Still not a whole lot over here, guys. I mean, yeah, Russia is just playing it safe. Really, they can hold off one or two French factions using the hill advantage with Prussia kind of being that backup. And if Prussia advances, they can kind of turn this whole side. It looks like the English are pushing forward, getting some shots off on this French Lancer cav, probably exhausted, has been fighting a lot, which actually may work out really well in the English coalition forces' favor. Because if there's no cavalry to fight them, they can use their advantage. Right now, they are using all their forces and shooting down this French force. I mean, this French force doesn't have a whole lot. They don't have very much. I mean, their one regiment is shooting against multiple regiments. Oh, that is so epic. You can see them up on the hill just preparing. They're going to get down nice and close, I'm assuming, and they're just going to open fire, getting bunched up a little bit more, so the morale boost is very, very pertinent. I can't talk. Alright, and France is not doing a whole lot. I mean, maybe they may be by themselves, which means the Netherlands and England better watch out, because there may be three factions just over this hill that are going to rush down and hit them. I mean, this French force may be baiting them into pushing, and there may be, I guarantee you, there's a French force up on this hill just waiting for England. England got to watch out for their flank, because if they push too hard, they will have their whole flank exposed. But as of right now, it is working in their favor. They are not taking heavy losses. So far, it's working out excellently for them. They have surrounded this small force. These cav are exhausted. They are not going to be able to do a whole lot. And there is 2 units of infantry. I mean, they have some cannon over here in a very odd bunch. This is very odd. And they're firing into the hill. They want to focus on these units on this hill. They want to focus right here, guys. Not over here. They're actually shooting into the hill. That is not helping them. These Grenadiers still running. Look at all the carnage on this hill right here. This is not going well for the French coalition right now. These units are going to get bayonet charged. I would bayonet charge them. Their backs are turned. Bayonet charge them. Show them the cold steel. Cold steel. These units, unfortunately, are stretched out. They need to bunch up. One long line actually decreases your morale a ton in NTW3. Alright, so we have some breakage. Where is all the French forces? Where are they? You know? Okay, artillery up here firing down. That's going to help. They can focus down these bunched up Netherlands forces. Okay, here is a French faction which is going... Oh, I love this. Look at this. It's a whole army. And they're going to get the first volley off on these Russians. These Russians trying to form up on the hill, have an advantage, but oh my goodness. They're not getting a whole lot of kills. It's kind of far away, so it's not going to make them suffer a whole lot, and this line battle can go. This is a very important part, though, guys. There's not a whole lot of cav on the Russian side. These guys could circle around, charge the flank, and that could be a huge win for the French. Here we go. This is what I want to see. Here are the French coming out of the woodwork. And now England should reform a little bit. Don't take these guys head on. Your full flank's exposed. You know, look at this. Netherlands right here. England needs to reform. Use this house. This house could be vital in not getting flanked because these guys can't fire through the house. They're pushing up too much. They need to push back. I would push back. And I'm not an expert, so maybe you guys can disagree with me in comments. Maybe I don't know something England knows, and England may have played one more battles than me. But, I mean, this artillery... Oh, man, they are firing directly onto these English. This is a cluster of English forces. This is crazy. The Netherlands needs to watch their flank as now they're pushing too far. They need to reform. I hope... Oh, yep. Yep, these forces are pushing up. Russia went for a charge. Oh, no. Where? Because this is bad. Oh, good. So the French, or bad for the French. Bad for the French. They lost their general. I'm not sure how that happened. They lost their general. So now that's a massive morale crasher. These English need to watch out. They're getting encircled. This is a well-placed French army. Just firing down. Oh my goodness. Look at this. What is England doing? They are just clustering up. They need to pull back, fall back before they fall into a trap. Fall back. Alright, Prussia needs to do something. They need to protect this Netherlands flank, or they need to help out with this army. Because this is still anyone's game. Still anyone's game, I'd say. They have the hill advantage, and they're probably going to be firing down now. But it's one unit against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probably units. 1 versus 6. You don't want that. You want to reinforce this unit. If Russia, I don't see any reserves either. So this is it. If a unit breaks, they're going to slowly be shrinking their line. Okay, so England could have focused down, pushing, dealing with this Russian force. Instead, they are pushing to take on probably this Prussian force. This Prussian force does have an artillery support, which is something to consider when taking on this unit. Over here, England is a mess. England is a mess. I don't know what they are doing. They are losing troops left and right as this line of just this trap is circling, tightening. And England needs to call it a day, fall back, join up with the Netherlands force. What are they doing? This is painful to watch. This looks like an AI, guys. This looks like an AI. Look at this. This has to be an AI. This has to be an AI. There's no way that this... Oh my gosh. 3 units of England just break. This circle of France is tightening ever closer on them. Netherlands is calling an advance because Prussia is. That's very good teamwork there, knowing what to call, when to call it. It's like, okay, you're advancing, I will advance with you. This is actually good. It's helping Russia. I would have kept those guys there. They could have turned this whole flank of Russia.
This battle is almost done.
Balance of power must not be very good right now. So they have some reinforcements. They are shifting around, so they may be able to enclose this Russian force, which would be very good. Very good. This whole Prussian-French line battle is going. England is a disaster. England is gone. And the Netherlands are going to be in danger of having the whole flank turned. Oh, no. Oh, Prussia. How did that happen? Must have been an artillery barrage. They lost their general. These men are going to be concerned. Look out for this. Russians to send their cav. This could be a big flank charge. Oh, these lights are going to get destroyed by this this cavalry. It is going to be a disaster for them. France is doing well. At first, I was not very well encouraged. But this Russian force, I'd say he's doing an excellent job. They are doing an excellent job of holding off this other... I'm assuming this is like a German state or a French state. But they're holding off. Watch out for this cav, though. Look out for this cav. It's going to charge on the flank, and they should have charged and countercharged, because now they're going to turn the whole flank. Beautiful charge on their point. And more Prussian cav charging down. Look out. They are going to turn this flank. This is going to be a disaster for... Oh, no. Why did they stop? Oh, why did they stop? All right, over here... Disaster has struck the British army. This French army has encircled them. It is a field of death in these woods. This is disaster. It's going to spell disaster, and now these Netherlands line infantry are being chewed up, I'm assuming, by artillery. Over here, it's still anyone's game. I don't see a whole lot of French cav, though, so... These guys could charge down, take this, have the flank. It's going to force these guys to reform. Prussians going in for a cav charge, I hope. Please tell me you're going in for... They keep playing with them. I don't know why. They're winded. They need to give a break to them or commit. And, yikes. Yikes.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, no. These Prussians are running. It's causing massive breakages in the line. This is not looking good. This artillery is doing so much damage. That's a lot of damage. Just look at this overview of this battle, guys. I mean, it's just... Oh, man. Imagine being up here just looking down as you're seeing... You know, troops being destroyed left and right. Okay, these French are pushing up. These Netherlands troops are in trouble. These French are pushing up. I hope they have... Well, they don't have anything. This flank is being turned. Netherlands are reforming good. I'm glad to see that. I think this is an AI, I'm assuming, because no English force in the right mind would just advance down the battle all by themselves. And I hope it's not, because that'd be really embarrassing calling the English faction an AI. That's an insult, and no offense if it is. Everybody makes mistakes. I hope that's not the case. Well played on either side. These games are for fun. You can't get too much into them. Classic. Lost their general. Okay, so the English general is dead, and now the Netherlands have to fight off a, I'm assuming, two-pronged attack by the French. Not something you want to have. The Allies, the coalition of Allies, have called it a retreat. Oh my goodness, no! Beautiful charge by the chasseur. They are probably going to rout these Prussian... oh no, they routed one of the cannons. That is a perfect victory. As now, look out as these English are gone from the battlefield, and now the French have massive openings in the line. There's a gap, massive gap. They're probably going to charge the flank or go for artillery. Either way, this is bad. These cav are getting awfully close to this infantry. Countercharge, please. Yes! Countercharge! Hopefully this is going to stop them dead in their tracks. These are going for the other cav. Russia has called a slight retreat. Russia needs to win on this side because they are needed over here, as now these French are pushing up. These Netherlands forces can hold them. They can. They just got to be very, 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 very careful. They're fighting it alone.
Our men are running first.
Oh, the Netherlands going in for a cav charge in the rear. It's just a very, very well-placed cav charge. They are probably not going to win. Fighting the back lines, they are going to get shot. Their morale is going to be weakened very, very fast. As you can see, they are now breaking. This infantry is still pushing up. Oh, friendly fire it looks like, so these guys need to be careful. They're dropping like flies. Oh, the artillery. And, oh man, these English are just routing. The Netherlands are like, why are you running? And now more cav charging in. This is the general. I'm assuming he died, so not a whole lot of loss there. Using him as cav at this point to try to hold the flank. Prussia is running as these cav are pushing on the flank of Prussia. Russia is falling back against a vastly superior now French force. And this battle has turned from having the high ground to now barely hanging on. They are trying to hang on, guys, but their artillery has lost a bunch. Enemy are running, and they are getting destroyed. Prussia cannot hold on much longer, unfortunately. And it's going to turn down to Russia and the Netherlands. As now, finally, this French cav are running. Netherlands, oh, Netherlands are running away because they are outnumbered. Reforming for a last desperate hold. Got to hold one after the other. All right, so here's a English artillery, which is probably going to be charged by this chasseur any second now. The English are gone. They are routed. The French have fought all the way to this hill. Well fought. Prussia is trying to hold on with 4 units, but this artillery up here is just tearing them apart. Look at this. Just getting totally shredded. It's causing them to break. Oh, man. This has just been a slaughter. For an NTW3, this is a slaughter. Okay, they're forming a square. Excellent choice, as now these cav are not going to do well. It is a square. Sorry, you're not going to do well. You're going to run. What a pity. Well done on the French. I mean, they've anticipated almost every cav charge that has been brought against them. They have done an excellent job of that. Pushing over the hill, hard on the heels of these Netherlands troops, sacrificing a weak 32 men infantry unit who is going to die probably within a volley or two. They're going to run. And they're just pushing non-stop. Maybe they're trying to get to this hill. Look out for these dragoons, though. I mean, they are going to charge right on the flank of these retreating Netherlands forces. Alright, they've stopped, and they're going to hopefully give them a volley. Give them what for? Yep. Excellent. Uh-oh. Not enough, though. Oh, they formed square. Forming square, these guys are going for more Netherlands troops. Probably going to cause some more to break. And this is just a retreat. Just a retreat. Prussia is mostly gone. Their artillery hopefully are going to get some grape shot. I mean, this is close. They got to watch out. This artillery can tear some massive holes in the line. And they have a lot of artillery here. They probably can rout at least 1 unit. Let's see if they can get some good shots off. Fire into them. They are doing so. But they're going to probably break in just a little bit here. Oh, yeah, they're getting some good shots. Yep, they routed one unit. These French need to do a bayonet charge. They need to hurry. Oh, they're routing. These artillery are holding them back for now. Nope, we got some more infantry charging in. They're like, charge the guns, seize the guns. As they're doing the same over here, maybe they can get a shot off. Nope. Unfortunately, that is it. They routed 2 units of infantry. And they are not going to do much else, unfortunately. Are they going to get a shot off? No, they are not. Okay, so now the Russian general is dead. He is dead. Netherlands holding for a last stand. Kind of forming a square of sorts. I mean, they got to stop and fight somewhere, unfortunately. And now the Prussians are routing. It has become a rout. As these French, flushed with a victory, are pushing up. These Russians are in danger of being flanked. They are falling back. As now Netherlands and Russia are the only ones putting up a desperate last stand. They're forming a... I don't think you'd need these two. You can have them as backup reserve, but they are forming up, and they're like, come at us. We will give you a fight that will be remembered for years to come. Last desperate stand of the Netherlands. They're like, why do we ever let England talk us into fighting? Russia still has some units, but they are weak. And unfortunately, this battle looks like it is going to be a victory for Russia. Or not Russia, France. Unfortunately. France has it. They are isolating these forces. I think the turning point was the fact that England just went in and got murdered. I mean, they could have helped out a ton with Netherlands. Netherlands was playing excellently, I'd say. But look at this last defense. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings, you know, in front of the Black Gate. They're like, you won't take us alive. Oh, are these sappers? These are sappers going in maybe for some grenades. Don't know if they're going to make it. There's a bayonet charge. I would not do a bayonet charge if I was France. Bayonet charges, you can lose a ton of men doing that. You become exhausted, your morale goes down. Russia has very few troops left, and they're kind of the only one left. But they're going for a bayonet charge. Going in. Look at them, though. They are winded. These guys have had a chance to rest. This could be turning around point for Netherlands. Maybe. Nope, but they are countercharging as now more men are being thrown into this massive, massive melee. Countercharge, they are losing. Oh, this may still pay off for France in the end. Yeah, the Netherlands are breaking, unfortunately. They are breaking. And all that's left is this one Russian force. Netherlands are gone. Russia is like, once again, they're like, come at us. Come at us. We will give you what for. There's not much else really to say except for, you know, it's a last desperate stand. Full of desperate last stands. I mean, if you guys look here, this is where the English lost. This is where the English died in the hundreds. They just got slaughtered in this forest, which is unfortunate. They could have held a flank for Netherlands. Netherlands had a solid flank going. They were fighting. And now the smoke is clouding, hiding these Russian forces. Sad music. Editor, could you play sad music at this point? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna risk any more copyright strike. Oh, it's over now. France just went in for a cav charge in the back. Bye-bye, Russia. It's over. They just kind of ended this battle here. Good game on both sides. Well fought. As classic was England. I don't know what that means, if that's a player, but well fought on each side. You can see the losses. England lost a ton, but the Netherlands fought to the bitter end, so they lost probably the most. And there wasn't a whole lot of losses on this side. But thanks to Warspite for sending this in. He played as the Netherlands, well fought on his point. If you have a replay you'd like to send me, you can go to my Discord, links in the description. And send me a replay. I will definitely give you a shout out for sending it in. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this replay. Keep your eyes peeled for more replays coming in, guys. So some more epic battles. Hope you enjoyed this. If you're not subscribed, I'm trying to get to 50 subs in the near future. I'm at 39 right now, I believe, and I would love it if you would join the Kingston Kingdom. Become a Kingsman today. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Give me a comment on how badly I butchered the names once again, because I'm going to continue to. If you'd like to teach me how to pronounce them, leave a comment on how to pronounce the various factions. So, you guys stay safe. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you all in another video.